Dr. Andreas Prothman, Ambassador for the Federal Republic of Germany and Fiji, the Director of Conrad Adenauer Institute, Australia, Ms. Sabrina Volkner, Dr. Wilhelm Hofmeiser, Executive Director, Mr. Nilash Swal and the Dialogue Fiji team, youth leaders from across the Blue Pacific continent, facilitators, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. As we say in this part of Fiji, Volavina, Nisambula, and warm Pacific greetings. At the outset, allow me to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and the surrounding waters, whose ancestors have cared for this place for generations. We pay our respects to their leaders and elders, past, present, and emerging, and honor their enduring stewardship of these lands and waters. Through their care, wisdom, and guardianship, generations have been able to live, work, learn, and thrive upon this place. We also offer our prayers for Almighty God's continued guidance, protection, and blessings upon them today and for generations to come. Thank you. Young leaders, it is a pleasure to welcome you all to Fiji and to this important regional forum on youth and democracy in the Pacific. As highlighted, I'm the Minister for Tourism, and it's wonderful to welcome our neighbors from across the region to Fiji. You do make up a major part of our tourism in our country. I thank Dialogue Fiji and the Conrad Adenauer Institute for bringing together young leaders from across our region. The conversation we have over the next 2 days matter, because the future of democracy in the Pacific will depend not only on governments and institutions, it will depend on you. We need a region with strong democratic institutions. The Pacific has every reason to be proud of its democratic journey. Across our region, elections continue to take place, governments change peacefully, and citizens continue to exercise their democratic rights. While no democracy is perfect, our region has demonstrated remarkable resilience. That resilience should never be taken for granted. Democracy is not self-sustaining. Every generation must protect it, strengthen it, and pass it on stronger than they inherited it. Today, democracy faces new pressures. Misinformation spreads faster than facts. Public trust is tested more frequently. Political divisions can deepen quickly through social media. I often say to my colleagues, I envy those politicians before social media. Around the world, democratic institutions face increasing challenges. The Pacific is not immune from these trends. That is why strengthening democracy remains one of the most important tasks before us. While international assessments continue to show the resilience of Pacific democracies, they do not always capture the unique realities of our region. Our democratic systems are shaped by indigenous traditions, community leadership, and the practical realities of small island states. Democracy in the Pacific must therefore be understood through a Pacific lens. A strong democracy is one where everyone has the opportunity to participate. Yet across the Pacific, we know that representation remains a challenge. Women remain underrepresented in many political institutions. Young people are often absent from decision-making spaces, and that must change. If I can just share with you our experience in Fiji over the 3 elections we've had since the return of democracy. Those who don't vote, it's quite significant in this country. The gap keeps increasing. And we believe it's the youth who are not participating in elections. So it's something that is before a challenge for us, and that is one of the reasons why we want to get the youth to be more involved in our democracy. The Pacific is one of the youngest regions in the world, yet too often decisions affecting young people are made without young people being present. For many years, there has been a tendency to tell young people to wait their turn, to sit quietly, to observe, to listen. There is value in learning from experience, but there is also value in listening to new voices. The Pacific has entered in an era where young people can no longer be excluded from decision making. Our communities, institutions, and governments must evolve with the times. The challenges facing our region are too significant to leave young people on the sidelines. If we want stronger democracies, we need stronger participation. Political parties play a central role in democratic governance. They shape policy, they identify leaders, they contest elections, they influence national direction. Young people must therefore have a stronger presence within political parties, not simply as campaign volunteers, not merely as supporters, but as contributors to decision making. Young people should have opportunities to participate in executive committees, policy discussions, and leadership structures. Within my party, this was true in the last election. We had some 53,700 plus young men and women who were struggling to pay off their student loans. They became part of my party, and they brought us up, and we made a policy to write off those loans. And that is because the young people participated within my party, and as I said, 53,700 had their student loans all canceled. They are free from those debts. It's because they engage with us. They help shape the policies of our party. New ideas improve governance, and when young people are included, democracies become more representative of the societies they serve. Fiji's recent democratic journey offers an important lesson. The formation of the current coalition governments following the 2022 general election was a significant moment in our country's history. It demonstrated the strength of democratic institutions and the peaceful transfer of power. But it also demonstrated the power of citizens' participation. Young people played an active role throughout the democratic process. They participated in campaigns, they mobilized communities, they encouraged the voter participation, they engaged in national discussions, and they exercised their democratic rights. Their involvement helped shape a democratic outcome. That is why I say with confidence, the young people are not simply the leaders of tomorrow. You're already shaping the realities of today. As I indicated earlier, we still believe that young people are still not turning up to vote. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but this is quite true in Fiji. Your generation will inherit challenges, unlike any before it. Climate change remains the single greatest threat facing the Pacific. Climate change. I went to Berlin in March. My wife had packed all the what you need in the winter, heavy coats and hats and gloves and scarves. I came back and met His Excellency, the ambassador. I said, Excellency, I was disappointed. What happened? There was no snow in Berlin. He said, climate change. Well, that is true in Europe, but more so with us in the Pacific. While partnerships create opportunities, we also require vigilance. Pacific nations must continue to assert our sovereignty and ensure that the external engagement strengthens rather than weakens democratic accountability and national interest. The decision made over the next decade will shape the future of our economies, our security, our environment, and our societies. Those decisions cannot be made without young people. You will live longest with the consequences. You deserve a voice in shaping the solutions. Democracy works best when those affected by decisions are able to participate in making them. So a challenge to our youth. Allow me to leave you with a challenge. Do not wait to be invited into politics. Do not wait for somebody to ask you for your opinion. Do not assume that leadership belongs to someone else. Democracy belongs to every citizen. If you want change, become involved. Join a political party. Join a community organization. Advocate for your community. Participate in consultations. Run for office when the opportunity comes. Make your voice heard. The strongest democracies are not built by spectators. They are built by citizens who choose to participate. In conclusion, for decades, some questioned whether democracy could truly flourish in Pacific societies. Our history has answered that question. Democracy is not a foreign flower in the Pacific. It is firmly rooted in our traditions of dialogue, consensus, respect, and collective responsibility. But democracy requires constant care. And its future will depend on the next generation, and that is you. The Pacific has entered a new era, an era where young people must have a seat at the table, an era where participation must be broader and more inclusive, an era where leadership must reflect all generations. You're not merely the leaders of tomorrow, you're participants in democracy today. You are advocates today, you are leaders today. The future of democracy in the Pacific will be shaped by your willingness to step forward, participate, and serve. I encourage each of you to use this forum to learn, to challenge ideas, to build friendships, and to strengthen the democratic future of our Blue Pacific. With these words, it is my honor to officially declare the Regional Workshop on Youth and Democracy in the Pacific open. Naka level by God, Fiji, and the Pacific community. Naka.